Hi everyone. Sorry, big rush this morning, but hey, that's all good. How are you all this morning? I haven't even got my hair. Look, I've run out of hairspray. Well, I haven't run out of it. The one that I've got is about 10 years old and it doesn't work. So that's all good. Okay, so how are we all this morning? I'm on the countdown. I've got to get the suitcase out today. Start putting stuff away. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Lynn. Who else did I see on here? Sue. Hi, Sue. Yeah. Okay. So, and I've also been checking out how to do. I'm not tech savvy at all, and it often takes me ages to learn. Hi, Matthew. How are you? Lovely to see you here. Um, Often it takes me a while to work stuff out. And what I want to do is I want to pre-record a couple of videos for while I'm away and then upload them. And do I know how to do that? Nope. But no doubt I will go through it and learn. Oh, you're in Glen Innes? That's lovely. Hi, Holly. How are you this morning? I've been to Glen Innes many, many, many years ago, Matthew. Many years ago. I think it was when we were traveling. I was probably about 18. That's yeah, a long time ago. And we were going from Cairns right the way around to Perth. And I think we took, is Glen Innes on the inland route to get around that way? I think it might be. Not sure. Anyway, I know I've been there at some stage. Hi, Lynn. How are you today? Have I already said hello to you? No, no, no. Oh, it's so good to see everybody here. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. All right. Well, I haven't got much to say this morning, just that super joining special comes to an end at the end of this month, which isn't that far away. What are we? The 22nd. So what have we got? 9 days? Yeah, 31 days this month, isn't there? So if it was something that you were thinking of, I would love to have you in my team. However, it's a decision that you need to make. So yeah. All right, today, what am I going to do? I'm going to be, it's nothing like mind-blowing or anything like that, but I have made a card for today. Yeah, I think it is, Matthew. I'm pretty sure it is too. Okay, let me go down to the desktop. There we go. So the card that I'm going to do today is, like I said, it's quite a straightforward card. I haven't even done an insert. This is using a beautiful big stamp of Layers of Beauty. Layers of Beauty is carrying on through. So, so that's really good. And now that I'm looking at this, I'm wondering if it should be up that way or should it be down? I don't really think it matters. But anyway, this is what I'm going to do today. I'm sort of on the let's do some quick stuff just so that I can so I can get through and have stuff done. So let's get started. So of course we're just going to need a beautiful big stamp. We're going to need our masking sheets. I had this brilliant idea this morning about doing Harlequin. Yeah, that went out the window because it didn't work. I made a mess instead. All right, so before I do anything else, what I'll do is get out a piece of, this hair's annoying me. I'm going to have to do something with it. Hang on 2 seconds just while I get it out my face. Thanks, Matthew. Thanks, Len. Okay, let me get, I've got a piece of scrap paper under here somewhere for when I do that. That looks pretty, doesn't it? I could use that as a background, couldn't I? No, don't make things more difficult for yourself than they already are, Lorraine. Okay, so to start off with, I usually like to stamp in basic grey. So that's what I'm going to do. And because it's such a big stamp. Hi, Glenda. How are you? Hi, Mum. I can see you this morning. I'll give you a call when I'm finished. Okay. For those that can't see my mum, she's actually on Facebook. So when I've got a big stamp like this, I actually like to take the stamp pad to the stamp. And let's hope that that's done that. And then I grab a tissue because I just want to clean off these outside bits like that so that I don't get any extra patterns that I don't really want. And I'm just going to plonk this right. Now, when I go to do this, it's going to, Holly said hello, Mum. Sue said hello. Lynn said hello. Okay, so I'm just going to turn that over and give it a bit of a, take that off. We got everything? Oh, pretty much, I think. Okay. So now what I want to do, I'm going to turn that over because I've already got, I'm sure we've all used the masks before, but just for in case anyone hasn't, we've got them numbered. The numbers are up here in the top. You might be able to just see them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5 are the leads. So I had fun doing this morning too. I couldn't line it up. It lines up, which is rather strange for me. It tends to line. Is that it? No, that's not it. That's it there. It tends to line up at an angle. But that's fine. I'll do that. So then what I do is I just get my pencil, and because it's pencil, obviously we can rub out anything that, oops, not go there, anything that shows afterwards. So I'm just going to go in there like that. And it's just basically so that I can put the next one back. I shouldn't have probably done that great big long line there, should I? So now we're going to start. So you can see I can place that in there, and all the other ones I will place in the same area, and it will now line up. So the colors I used on this one, I'm going to use them again because I actually quite liked it. So I'm using the new Strawberry Slush, which I really liked. So I'll just, I think there's still a bit in there, but yeah. And then all we need to do is just go over it, start off of it, and then just brush lightly over the top. Now I'm going to use the same color all the way through. You can actually use different colors. Did that just move? I'll bet it did. No, I don't think it did. Okay. So we're just going to lay a light layer down. I love these brushes. Absolutely love them. I've used brushes in the past and they haven't been anywhere near as good as this. So that's our first layer down. So you can see we have our roses. Mum said hello to everyone. Okay, now number 2, you can see the number 2 up the top. I bet you can't. I don't know. Sometimes I think you won't be able to see it, and then other times when I go back and have a look at the replay, I realize that you could. Okay, so we're going to pop that over there. Get that back up in the right place. Just like that. Either I've moved or the paper's moved or something. like that. Now I'm just going to use the same color again, and we're going to go in. I'm pressing a little bit harder this time. I should have probably taped it down, but I didn't. Everybody knows me and tape. That moved. Goodness gracious me. Let's get it back. There we go. I think we're about right. There. All right. Pick up a bit from there. So that's our second color. It's not a second color, it's the same color, but the second layer. And then this time, we're using this one. Doing the same color again. Is that the one I've just used? No. No, this is number 3. So we're just going to use the same color again, going over where we've already been. Now I went lighter over these because they're center of the flowers. And let me have a little look-see. Yep. So there we go. That's the last ones of the pink. That gives us a nice outline there. And then I'm going to do, I'm going to do the first undertone of the leaves, which is number 4. Just going to pop that on there, which is going to go over the leaves. Like that, and I will find a brush that's had green on it. So it's probably still got some in. And I'm going to use, this is lemon lime twist, which gives a nice light undertone. So my husband's gone out and the cat's waiting for him at the door and meowing. The only reason he's getting away with it is because I'm in here. Normally he gets sprayed with water when he does this. Okay. So in there with the lighter color, starts to come together, doesn't it? Comes together really lovely when you start doing this. And then this is number 5. This is the final one, and it's going to sit just over there like that. And for this one, I'm going to use Old Olive, so just to give it that darker look. Okay, so some Old Olive, and we'll start working that in. Around the edge. Oops, gone quiet. Just a little bit down here. So you can basically use as much or as little as you like. And there is our roses. Makes it look as though you can paint. Oh, come on. That's a brush on the floor. I'll be looking for it later. I think it was a brush. Was it? Oh no, it was a. Here there we go. So that's our colouring done. So I'll clean these off later, and you just need to be really careful when you're cleaning them. Don't go too hard, because otherwise you'll end up with these little bits in here curling up. Okay, so we don't want that to happen, because we want to use them as much as we can. All right, let's put that under there. I am going to put this straight. I'm going to put it onto I think that base. Or shall I change it up a little bit? Have I got a lemon? Oh, maybe I haven't got lemon lime twist. What's this one? Oh. I know this is lemon lolly. I don't think that'll go. I'll stick with the, I think I'll stick with the old olive, because that's what I've actually used in it. So I'll stick with that. I'm just going to cut a normal card base. Which will be 5 3/4 by 8. So we're going to go 5 3/4. I was in here this morning tidying my desk, tidying up, and I went out and I said to my husband, oh, well, at least I can see the top of the desk now. And he says to me, have you been in there all that time tidying it up? I said, yeah, and there's still more to go. So, and then I'm just going to fold that in half. And then, where is it? What did I do with it? Where did I put That's ridiculous, because that is a whole piece of paper. What did I do? Oh, there it is. I'm thinking, what on earth did I do with it? So this needs to be cut down to 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to take a couple of these lines off just in case it throws me. That's just the pencil lines that I put on there. So I'm just going to cut it down to, what did I say? We want 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. So when I did this one, yeah, it was 3 3/4 this way. So if I remember rightly, I sort of lined it up to about there. Let's see how this works. So I didn't want to take too much off. And then if I make it 3 3/4, like that, and then I want 5 1/2. So if I take, I think it's about there, off of there, turn it around, put it on 5 1/2, and I've got a bit of white there, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so that's the card size. And now what I'm going to do is grab my trusty dies that I can't remember the name of at the moment. And you can see with this one, I cut the center out. So I probably will put it the same as that one. Will I do it that way up this time? Maybe. But anyway, I used the largest die, which took out about that there. Okay, so it's not 100% central. If I tried to make it central, it's going to do that, and that's not going to be suitable. So let's try it. Let's see what happens this way. I know it's going to be the same, but you sort of get a bit more in there. Maybe I cut it differently last time, but if I do that, that's perhaps a little bit more central. I think we'll do it that way. Okay, so I am now going to cut that out. I'm talking to myself down here. Okay. So this is what we've got now. We've got that, and we've got this. Okay, so what I have to do now is try and line it all up again. Oh dear, it's always fun. So that is going, when I'm going to pop that up. So needle pulling thread, I know. I'm going to use the brushes, and just around the edge of here, I'm going to put some green. There's probably a bit on there, so I just want to come off of the board and just do a little bit of green just around the edge. Might need to just I really don't want too much, so coming in off the board and onto the edge. That way, when we actually do this, we do get a little bit darker on where we've cut, but it just flows it through. So that's the edge of the card when we pop it on there like that. Now with this one, so let me get a white. With this one, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to use the pink. And I'm going to, you love this idea? Oh, it's quite sweet actually. And I think I said this the other day, I don't do blending as much as I should. And it's a lovely effect. Okay, so this one we're just going to pop the tiniest bit of pink just around the edge. So I was just making sure you could see because Mum's watching. She'll be telling me off. There we go. So just a tiny bit around the edge. Okay, let me wipe that off. Excellent. So now, put this away for a minute. All I have to do now is really pop it together. So we're going to put that on there. So I'll just get the glue. The only trouble with using the blending brushes is, of course, you get you get color on your hands, but that's okay. As Linda Dalkey says, you can always go wash your hair. That usually gets it off. All right, so put that on there nice and straight, like that. And then we take this part, just turn it upside down. Now, when you've got that in there like that, you could add more if you wanted to. Okay, I don't even know if I've got anything cut out. I'm not going to add it, but I was just going to sort of show you if you had, I don't know, what have we got in here? It's a bit green, anything? You know, you might want to, some of these have been pulled around a little bit because I've had them in and out quite a few times. But, you know, you could add more stuff to it if you wanted to. You know, you could add a bit of this and a bit of that. Obviously, you would choose stuff that's suited, but you can add more and more to it and make it that little bit more avid. Okay, or you can just keep it like this. And you know how I'm always reluctant to put sentiments on? And yesterday, unfortunately, one of our customers had just lost her mother, and the first thing that was said in the office was, "Oh, Lorraine, have you got a card?" So that is why quite often I won't put a sentiment on a card, because I've actually been putting more on, and I had to go through a whole load this morning just to find one that didn't have a sentiment in it, and then I could make it for a sympathy card. But unless you know, I mean, some people make enough cards that they have sympathy cards and they have birthday cards and what have you, but you can bet your bottom dollar, I don't know why I'm putting all these on here, it's because I'm talking, but it's not going to come off in a hurry, is it? You can bet your bottom dollar that I can have 50, 60, 100 cards here, and somebody wants something that I haven't got. Happens every time. But anyway, I was lucky this morning because I was able to put an insert in one, and it worked perfectly. All right, so now what we're going to do, even though this isn't going to go flat, goodness me. Sorry, I'm just trying to get rid of some things that are popping. So pretty the way it is. It is pretty the way it is. And I know that Mum's not a fan of avid cards. She doesn't like to see too much put on them. I don't mind them. I don't mind some of them. But I do find that you have to watch that you haven't made them so heavy that they fall forward. Now, I've only just put that on there. That's what I was supposed to have been doing. I've put that on there with one layer of these. When I did this one last night, I actually put a double layer so that it stuck up a bit further. It still gives you the yeah. I mean, I suppose, I don't know. I have so many things that I do as well as this, to actually come in here and just sit and make cards. I don't often get the choice. This is my time for making cards with you guys. I love to come in and make a card because it actually makes me sit down and do it. Otherwise, I Otherwise, I don't. I do so many other things. So anyway, that is the card. You can double, like I said, this one, I used double dimensionals underneath it, which raised it that little bit higher. All right, so I'll use the same stamp. Well, at least I thought I would. I thought I still had that one out. Maybe I don't. Don't even know which one it came out of. Might have actually come out of. Nope. Must be one I cleaned and put back. Oh no, here it is. Here, look, right in front of me. So I'm going to stamp happy birthday, and then I'm just going to cut it out of there. So I used the basic grey to do that. So let's do that again. Very straightforward, happy birthday. And I'll just cut that out. Yeah, I really should make a few at a time and keep them on hand. It was a very simple card. It was sort of like, I can show you one that I have that's similar. Okay, it was like this, exactly like that. Only I needed to put sympathy on it and something different in the middle. But that's just very, very basic, very basic. And it doesn't take long to make them, does it? So, okay, so just let me pop this happy birthday through. There we go. Very, very. And then I can pop that up across there. I could put it down the bottom. I just think it looks better across the middle. What do we think? Bottom or middle? I think middle. And then, because it's really a no-brainer, I use the Strawberry Slush Diamantes, but I'm just going to make an insert for that card. So let me know whether you think in the middle or down the bottom. I've got enough here. Yeah, of course I have. And I will cut. This one I'm going to do 3.5 by 5 1/4 because I want to double. I want to layer it. So 3.5 by 5 1/4. And then I just want to do the piece of green. This is a piece I folded incorrectly. 5.5 by 3 3/4. Let's see if I can get that out of there. I do it 5.5. Ooh, yep. So 3 3/4. And that's going to sit on there. And I think I might, what shall I use? I think I might use the pink again so that it stands out against the green. Or shall I use the green? Oh, the green. Choices, choices. Middle, middle, middle. Mum says bottom. Okay. All right. Let's have a look. I'm just going to do this around the edge of here. So when I go to England, I'm hopefully going to visit Mum's older sister, which always sounds weird, but yeah. So Auntie Dawn turns, is it 99, Mum? On the 6th of June. So I'm hoping to go and see her. So I have to take a card with me so that I can give her a pretty card. Just going to pop that on there like that. And that brings a little bit of the outside to the inside. I know we've got green on green, but that's okay. Yes, I am looking forward to seeing her. She probably won't remember me per se, but as soon as I say Mum's name, she'll know who I am. So that's good. Make sure I'm putting that on the right side. Okay, so we've got that. You'd like one of these for her, Mum? Okay. Well, seeing as you wanted it down the bottom, do you think I should put that one down the bottom so for Auntie Dawn? What do you think? Yeah? Because that's what you wanted. And then we've got one through the middle. So I will put this up on dimensionals. Might need minis, actually. Someone stole the minis. They're in there somewhere. Okay, this will be all right, I'm pretty sure. Well, that was easy, Mum. Now I don't have to think about which one I was going to take her. And pop this straight in the case. So I'm going to pop this on the bottom, like I said, because Mum wanted that one for England. So, or for me to take to England. All right. Okay. And I'm going to pop a couple of these in. I'm going to use the strawberry slush. And maybe the couple of the lighter ones for the centers. So just one up there, because it actually picks up the color. These strawberry slush ones are gorgeous. So two in there, and then I'll do one, two, maybe one over here. I have to do 5 now, don't I? You know what? I'm not. I'm going to take that one off of there and do what I usually do. I'll do the 1, 2. This is my go-to when I don't know what to do. There we go. 1, 2, 3 down there. So this is the card. And now you've all seen the card that I'm going to take to England for my 99-year-old auntie. So there we go. I'll pop something in there, and obviously Mum's name will go in there, and we'll just do it from the family. So, oh, that's not even straight, right? Never mind. Okay, so what do you think? Do you like that? That's what I've got for you for today. Oh, I'm finished really early, aren't I? I should show you what I actually tried to do was I redid one of these. I've actually thrown it out now. And I thought if I worked it backwards and did the number 3 first and then came backwards with all different colors, it would work. But I forgot that you're still going to have those ones that overlap. So it didn't quite work out how I had planned. So I couldn't show you that. So thanks everyone. I must admit, I sort of I wondered if it would look all right, and then yeah, it did. Oh, I haven't put any Wink on it. Don't let me not go without putting Wink Stella on. I did put Wink on the other one. That is my definite empty one. I should really get rid of that one. Let me see about this one. It's got a little bit in. Oh yeah, there we go. So we'll do that there. Oh, now we've got plenty. It's all or nothing, isn't it? So we'll just go over that. And give it that lovely shimmer. Just around here. And you can see between the two, when I did the one yesterday, I think I must have put more layers on there because that one is darker around the actual rose itself. This one's lighter. So even though you're going to use the same thing, possibly even the same colors, it means it doesn't mean you're going to get exactly the same card every time. Hi, Kim. How are you? That's okay. We've all got stuff that we need to do, don't we? So tomorrow will definitely be my last live for, I think it's about 4 weeks. I may go on and do some Facebook lives while I'm away because I know how to do those. I would love to do something on here, but unless in the next day or today I can work out how to do it, it's not going to happen. So, but I've got some ideas for when I come back if I don't get to do them. So there we go. Alrighty, sparkle now. Bit of sparkle on there. All right. So what I might do is just spritz the inside so that when I actually put something in there, it's already done. There we go. You can see there's a bit, hopefully you can see there's a bit in there. And there we have the front of the card. All right, let me go up to the top. Okay, where is it? There it is. Now that doesn't want to work. I was trying to stop putting everything in that Wink Stella. Too late. There we go. Awesome. All right, so that's the card for today. Like I said, I hope that I can work this out, but we'll just have to see. Oh, hi, Daryl. I didn't see you come in. Lovely to see you. I'm just finishing off, actually. There's today's card, and that was the one I made last night. This one stands up a bit more because I put a double lot of dimensionals behind it, which now that I look at it, that's what looks better. Alrighty, so I will definitely have a look at that. I started to cut out an exploding box card, and I've got the paper that I do it with. Okay, so I'll just pop back down to the desktop quickly. Just here. So I was going to do, this is what I was going to do, was an exploding box card. So I'm sure you've all seen how to do those. And it all comes up and you pop a lid on it. So that might be something that I might even do it tomorrow if I don't get time to work out another card. So some of these things are from ages ago, and you missed the start, had to get old Mumsy ready for her social outing. That's okay, Daryl. Like life steps in the way. So, and there's far more important things that we all have to do. So, and looking after your mum is one of them. So, yeah. Okay. So, as I was saying, I think I'd like to do quilling. I'd like to do tea bag folding. I'd like to do iris folding. So that's the sort of things that I'm going to be looking at doing either when I come back or some of those things if I can work out how to do this live streaming, scheduled streaming. Oh, thank you, Mum. Were you talking to me? I'm assuming you were. Actually, I've run out of hairspray, so it's clipped back today. All righty. Thank you so much, everyone. Just let me pop back up here. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you all again tomorrow. Yeah, you do. Thanks, Suzanne. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen today, if you haven't been on the channel before, if you could subscribe and like and ring the little bell, that would be wonderful. Okay. All righty. Thank you so much, and I will see you all again in the morning. Take care.